Folks, would like to welcome you back to the 28th annual Ocean State 9-Ball Tournament combined with the Josh Northeast 9-Ball Tour. I'm Upstate Al of AZB TV. We're coming to you live from Snookers in Providence, Rhode Island. Home of pool. Got to get here. It's a $5,000 added event, courtesy of Steve and Regina Goulding, and the banner gets placed above the wall where you see them. And on one of the pictures that I'll show you, we want to thank the host room, Snookers, Simona's Cloth, AZ Billiards, OBQs, Josh Q's, we're about to get the match on. It's going to be Jayson Shore versus Ron Casanzio right here on our main table to the bottom left-hand corner. You're watching George Rodriguez and Martin Diego, and George Rodriguez just tied that match up at 6 apiece. We want to remind you that we will be back here at Snookers on January 28th through the 29th. We're going to be bringing you the live stream for MD Promotions. It's Mark Dion putting this tournament together. It's the Winter Classic. Get your entry fee in quick. I understand all the fields are starting to fill up. Get them in there quick to Mark Dion. We will be here to bring the live stream. January 28th through the 29th. It's a $2,000 added event. Start time is noon Eastern Standard Time. I want to thank light-systems.com. That's right. It's called Light Systems. And believe me when I tell you, the light is 10 times the illumination of your billiard light. And just as light in weight. Not only that, it's ultra thin and costs you less to run. It's LED. It's light-systems.com. Pool rooms are installing them. Households are installing them. Make sure to check them out. Get inquisitive. Go over to light-systems.com. Baltimore City Q's, where they bring their store to your major event. It's baltimorecityqs.com. I happen to know these folks personally. It's a pleasure to always bump into Jay and Peg. It's BaltimoreCityQs.com. We will see them at the Turning Stone. Greg Antonakis, get your Southwest from the best is his motto, and he sees that FedEx truck coming around the corner. You rest assured that he's going to let you know what he has. Well, you can get your Southwest from Greg Antonakis. It's contact Greg at ga9ball@gmail.com or simply call him up that cell phone number. Take a screenshot. I flash him up there every so often. It's Greg Antonakis. And the Molinari glove, you're going to be seeing Jayson Shore in just a little while playing in this hot seat match. And we've seen him wear the blue. We've seen him, well, like a teal color. We've seen him wear the red. Who knows what color he's going to be wearing next, but it's Molinari glove, and you can get yours, plus other Predator products, right there. If your local pool room does not have them, put in a request. Say, hey, look, get in touch with Ira Lee and Eric Kwong, and they have a business plan for retailers. If not, you can purchase yours directly right there. That's MolinariGlove.com. Mr. Phil Capel of Billiards Press. Thank you, Phil. And, of course, we did mention Josh Q's, Nobi Q's. We're going to be up at the Turning Stone. We're going to be bringing you this free live stream. It's 128 strong players. I believe Mike Zuglin told me that the field is full. That's the Turning Stone, and that's coming up. I wanted to tell you about the banners, and this is the room that we're streaming from. We're actually sitting about 2 to 3 feet above this rail that you see in front of us. And that's the table that we're streaming, the bottom right-hand corner one. And the banners that you win when you win this event are those green banners that you see on the big green walls along the top. And your name will hang up there with the likes of Mike Zuglin, Tony Robles, Rick Marcos, Tommy D'Alfonso, of course, Jayson Shore, Mika Immonen, Dennis Hatch, Jim Rempe, the late George Kinky Sansushi, and the names just go on, and the year that you won it. it'll sit on that wall there. And the picture frames that you see are the New England Billiards Hall of Fame pictures. So it's not just a virtual Hall of Fame. You could actually come here and visit and read articles. I know you guys want to see some of George Rodriguez, and we're going to flash back and forth, but, you know, without the folks that are on board to make this happen, it's not going to be possible. And we just want to remind you that, hey, talking about the hot seat match in Jayson Shaw and Darren Appleton, the Rocket, Johnny Mora, SVB, and Corey Dool coming together to play 8-ball in Sandcastle Billiards in Edison, New Jersey. That's inside the Aramis Simonis Arena. And a special arena is actually set up for this event, if you don't know. It's going to be a full production by Pat Fleming, Jim Fredericks, and the whole crew, Pat Fleming Jr. So go over to Accustats.com and get your pay-per-view, or show up in person and tell Ed Ladawi that I sent you.
On table number 3, Oliveira versus Cicero. And on our featured table number 1, our hot seat match right now, Ron Casanzio versus Jayson Shaw.
And here we go. You heard it.
Casanzio versus Shaw.
I'll keep you updated on that match that's taking place between George and Nelson. But right now, we got to get over to the hot seat match. I'm not even sure if I promoted it. If I didn't, would you guys help? I'm not sure if I did. I gotta go take a look. I did. Okay, so I'm ahead of the ball game here. Fantastic. Notice the red glove on Jason's right hand. It's Molinari. You know, I can't say enough about Molinari. I can tell you, they come a long way. They do a lot before. What a crazy stroke that was. As he just like pop him in and stroke the cue back. Beast mode. Warming up. Meanwhile, as Jayson warms up, and we got opportunity, I'll try to keep it here as long as I can. The score in this match between George and Martin Diego is now 6-6. We call him the Pitbull. His name is George Rodriguez. He represents Gotham City Billiard Club in Brooklyn, New York. A great club full of diamond equipment. And a Bigfoot diamond table, by the way. That's George's homeroom. And George played a safe behind the 5. I tell you, if somebody that can really give Jayson a hard time, not that there wasn't other players, such as the likes of Mike DeShane and many other players, that young Canadian, did catch his name, by the way, and it's in the chat. Sebastian, I believe. Yeah, Sebastian. Many players had the opportunity. Mike and Jayson didn't play in this tournament. They didn't face each other. But Ron Costanzo faced a lot of pros through the years. And I can tell you, because I witnessed it firsthand up at the Turning Stone, really, when he started knocking pros over to the left side. And I happened to be up at the front at the tournament board, and the buzz around the board was from a few pros that didn't know Ron. Of course, you know, pros come from different parts of the country to participate in the event. It was like, who's this guy, you know, with the hat and the glare? Well, first, who's this guy? And people were saying, like, who's locals that were up there, like, who's who, you know? And they would say, that guy over there with the hat and the glasses on. Oh, that's Ron Casanzio. And next thing you know, it was buzz, Ron Costanzo. In fact, he's won the flip. We're going to the break. It's the opening break of the hot seat match. The cue ball found the side pocket. Ball in hand for Jayson Shaw. 5 balls down. Coming back to his, right where he has his stick. Oh, he didn't get there. He played the other way. He got me fooled on that one. Why would you not shoot the 2 ball in the bottom left-hand corner? I guess being a left-handed player, you start thinking about, or it just becomes natural where you're more comfortable. Nice, right by the 7. Got to come with it here, though. He was just shooting his shot where you draw off the rail and bring the cue ball up, but didn't get the cue ball up above the 4. The bank shot is on if he wants, or the safety. And just in at the booth, we're getting text messages to our other devices, and one of the texts is coming from Snookalicious, our own Snooky down in New York City. Well, Jayson failed to make that bank. I thought the proper shot was to play safe behind the 9. Was like if you wanted to weigh out the yards, right? But I mean, if you like the bank, then so be it. But it can cost you, and when you're playing Ron, it can cost you a couple of games. And it can easily go the other way with Jayson, as we know. But this gentleman here put a lot of pros on the opposite side of the bracket. And just in from Snooky, she wants to wish George the best of luck. She wants to see George Rodriguez go ahead. Just came in. So Snooky lurking in the backgrounds on us. All right, Ronnie's just 3 balls away from drawing first blood here and letting Jayson know that you now have Ron Casanzio on the table with you and make that kind of a statement. We got Dana's in the wings, Mike's right-hand man. He was actually at the turning stone when the buzz of Ron Costanzo sending pros over to the B-sides, like, who's this guy with the glasses and the hat? Is he what kind of fisherman? There it is. Ron Costanzo draws first blood. Again, the same pocket. The cue ball found it inside. Jayson eyeballing that 6 ball to make sure it doesn't get on top of that 7 and cause any trouble. As soon as he's seen the 6 ball past the 7, he's like, okay, I got this. George Rodriguez and Martin Gagel are tied at 6. George up at the table just missed the 1 ball. Jayson's on the path that he selected, and it looks like a great pattern. I do not foresee any mistakes, but I'm not going to mush it, because I got a mush in the chat already. He's a personal mush. That Tippy can mush everybody. Hold the angle, get on top of the 7, and then 1 rail out for the 8 in the side and 9 ball in the corner. Looks like textbook here. Richie Runrex in the chat saying, hey, Al, who's left? Jayson Shore, Ron Casanzio, George Rodriguez, Martin Diego, Joey Cicero, and Nelson Oliveira. I think now Joey and Nelson Joey and Nelson is still in it too, yeah. And Jason's in it. And this is the hot seat match. And we're knotted at one apiece. Tip, I got the upper hand here. At least I can do it verbally. I can take advantage of that. Looks like Martin Diego is approaching the 8-ball, so we're going to switch over there as the racking is going on. You can see Martin approaching the 8-ball. Like I said, the score is 6-6 on the second table. And now approaching the 9 to go up 7-6. Okay, Martin Diego now 7-6 over George Rodriguez. And the loser of that match will be eliminated at the tournament. Everybody that came back today is in the money. To break Jayson Shore's match, we're going to. George is racking over there. We're tied at 1 apiece. The hot seat match, Jayson Shore and Ron Casanzio, in case you folks out there, anybody just joined the live stream. 4-ball went right into the right-hand corner pocket. The 1-ball and the 5, he's got a shot. Not only that, he's got the chance to go without touching the 8 and come way back down table where he's at with a shot on a 2. Oh, he did touch the 8. That's uncalled for, and he knows it. So we're going to probably see a stick safety here. Just roll up on the 9. And he's cut the angle down going to the left long rail, but to the right long rail, there is a shot. 1 rail kick into the 2. And if Ron can kick the lower part of the 2, then the cue ball would come back towards the direction of the 9 if you kick the lower part of the 2. He was going to the upper part of the 2, failed to touch it whatsoever. Ball in hand from here is detrimental. You're going to see Jayson run this out like he was cutting grass with a robotic lawnmower. How's that sound? Where'd that come from? I guess the green cloth. All right. I wonder if Jason's going to try to get all the way on top of the table, favoring the short cushion here. Like almost sticking the cue ball to the short cushion. Didn't have to. The 8's out enough. Two to 1, Mr. Shaw. I don't know what's happening. And Ron Casanzio actually looked over at the crowd. I think oh, what happened? Ron wasn't looking at the crowd. He was looking for the waitress because he ordered a coffee, and they actually just made a fresh pot. So So they got a fresh coffee coming for Ron. 2-1. Let's go over to camera 2. 7-6. I'm really not certain who took the lead in this match between George and Martin. Shame on me. I'll try to pay attention. Now we got to go to the break, to the hot seat match. It is Eagle Eye Jayson Shore. Watch the four ball. Last time he split the pocket with it. This time he does too. The cue ball escapes. I like the way he took his cue stick away from there, but just this thought of touching that cue ball would be an automatic foul in any major tournament. Now Ron with ball in hand. Again, a run-out player. So I think we're going to see 2-2 here. Desmond. Yeah, definitely. P1, start making that beef jerky. Get them hanging. Just looked at the chat and I had to read back. Uh-oh. Trouble in River City, and it's spelled P-O-O-L for Ron Costanzo as he got himself hooked up behind the 6 ball by nudging the 9. Hit the cue ball with a lot of inside English. Face to kick it. Kick it and try to roll the cue ball on top of the 6 maybe. He missed it totally. Jayson looking to get kind of straight on the 6 ball so he can just draw it straight back for the 7. So he doesn't have to go cross table and back. Not as straight as he wanted to be, but he's okay. Good thing he's lefty. Look at the size of that stick now. Shot. Speed to the approach of the 8. Want to stay a little high just to get an angle to go one rail into the 9. I can tell you one thing, George Rodriguez just racked the balls. This match right here, the hot seat, is 3-1. We're going to go over to the 2-table camera, and Martin Diego, I would have to say, is on the hill, 8-6 with that break. And he just made a 4 ball in the corner, or the 2 ball. I think the 4 ball. There's the coffee. Ronnie's coffee showed up. Again, looking for the now 6-ball in the bottom left-hand corner. That doesn't work. Jayson moving around the cue ball. This time not making a wing ball. I think Ron elects to play the carom into the 2. And you got to watch the 1 ball, because the 1 could come down in the direction of the 9 and could line up a possible combination shot. And if you don't make it, your opponent might. Well, he hit it hard enough to get the 1 away from the 9 ball and away from everything else, and a shot. Beautifully done. Well, now 3:42 on the East Coast, p.m. Trying to get the waitresses' attention. I got to get something to eat. I haven't eaten all day. Stephanie seems to be busy watching the hot seat match or waiting for an opportunity to walk down the tournament room, see if anybody else needs anything to eat, as now the Railbirds are surrounding the complete room. On one of the walls, there's chairs set up across the whole wall, and it's just, there's got to be 20 people sitting back there, including Aaron Beckner. Nice shot. He's got an angle to come back across table for the 9 in the same pocket if he wishes. It's 3-2, and Ron will be breaking as the waitress makes her way in with some more coffee. It's a coffee extravaganza. Let's go to camera 2. It is Martin Diego at 8 and George Rodriguez at 6. George up at the table. He's a grinder. He's got a shot on the 8-ball and 9-ball in the middle of the table. We're going to leave it here even for the break to see if George gets out. We know there's a lot of folks interested in Martin Diego and George Rodriguez. George makes the 8. Ron makes a ball on the break. George is perfect for the 9. Ron makes 3 balls on the 8. And George goes up 1 more game. So it's 8-7 in that match, and we'll get you back there. But Ron Casanzio just made 3 balls and now is playing 6-ball in the hot seat match. He's a threat, I'm telling you, to anybody on earth. When Ron is right and comfortable. Now, this is his 3rd match he's played on the stream table. And I believe this is Jayson's 3rd match. So both had ample time at the table. Jayson a little more familiar with this table than Ron, because he's always rising to the top in tournaments here. But Ron can come with it if he came with it all right. He came with a safe on himself. The speed of the table caught Ron here. Couldn't imagine he's going to kick it to 2 and miss it. If you would have told me that Ron was going to miss it, I'd have to bet you the house. In any case, he did. Jayson, ball in hand. Jayson playing 5-ball. Can he get out? Stops, takes a look at the angle that he wishes to have. The pause in between again. Where do I want to be? And even though there's only 2 balls left, he knows where he wants to roll into or stop for the 9. And instead of 3-3, it's Jayson Shore now up 4-2 and in command of the box. The table. And again, we're going to go back to camera 2. George Rodriguez still up at the table. It's 8-7, Martin Diego. And George, if he gets out here, it'll be Hill in that match. Jayson taking a good look at the rack just to see what he can possibly make off the break. We're going to stay right here as George approaches his 5 for a 6. He winds up with a good shot. Let's see if Jayson can make this 6-ball. Doesn't make the 6-ball. The side pocket was there. The 1 ball fell in. The 2 ball right in the pocket for Jayson Shore. Wide open table. George Rodriguez makes the 6. Comes back up for the 7 on the opposite side, and I don't foresee any problems as George walks away from his table because Jayson's getting ready to shoot. Jayson turns around and says, "Go ahead, George, you got it." Good friends, they know each other. And George gets to the 9, and that match between Martin Diego and George Rodriguez is going to go Hill. That's Hill. Let's get back to the hot seat match as Jayson Shore is on the 3 ball. He doesn't want to hit the 6 here. Got to be careful. He's going to draw out most likely. Yeah, draw out. It's a safe route to take. Both Jayson Shore and George Rodriguez getting what I think you call a sleeve tattoo from the Artitude Tattoo Parlor down in Queens, New York, Astoria, right on Steinway Street, right down the block from Steinway Billiards. Along Ko Pin Yee's been in there and got it done. Ko Pin Chung and many other pool players and many other celebrities that I can't mention. But you go into the Artitude down there and take a look at their work and the pictures they have all over the place. It's a brand new tattoo parlor. He got caught up. I think he flirted with disaster there. Let's go to the overhead. He's got it. He can spin the rock. I think he can spin the rock. Boy, he's 1 eye in this. And if Jayson Shore's got a 1 eye in this, I mean, he's down here, 1 eye in it. I think he can spin it, though. Yeah, he spun it. (5-2), Jayson Shore, as he starts to steamroll now. Get out of his way when he starts steamrolling. Don't even sit in your chair, just run. All right, George Rodriguez, that's the match I'm watching from the glass window of the commentator's booth. Tries to play safe behind the 7. He didn't get there, and the 1's in the open. And the 2's actually in the open by the 7. So this is a pretty open table for Martin Diego, and George Rodriguez can't believe it. He's sitting in his seat, and he just can't believe that he nudged the 7 instead of getting the cue ball behind it. The matches that are going on here are tremendous. You got Joey Cicero out of Canada. He's playing Oscar. Nelson Oliveira down there. There's another table. We're going to the break right now by Jayson. Watch the 4 ball on the bottom left-hand corner and the 1 towards the side. They're using a cut break, and the cue ball is going to go up table. Both balls went, the 4 and the 1. The 2 balls in the open, the 5 and the 7 are okay now. Jayson's playing 6 ball. Go to camera 2. Martin Diego still in control of that table. George tried to play it safe behind the 7 and wound up pumping it. Martin really not getting down in a position where he wanted to on the 6 ball, but still a makeable 6 ball. Jayson on the 3. He's gonna punch it, I think. He went right up table. Back over to Martin Diego on this 6. He knows it. I think Nelson Oliveira on the adjacent table. Jayson missed a 5. Nelson on the adjacent table of Martin Diego caught Martin's eye in a very important spot as it's Hill in that match. All right, Martin Diego, kind of like on the 45-yard line, so to say, on this 9 ball that he's on. It's not an impossible shot. It should be 10 out of 10. But when it's Hill, who knows? Martin Diego moves ahead as George Rodriguez is now eliminated at the tournament by that 7 ball safe. Ron Casanzio, on the other hand, in this hot seat match, makes it 5-3. We're going to switch cameras right over to our hot seat match from now on. As you see Jayson Shaw racking the balls. Again, all the players playing the cut break. Oh. Jayson saying, hold on, what's the ruling here? Since you did hit the rack, you didn't miss the rack. Are you on 1 and I could jam you on 3? Jayson way back talking to Mike Zugler. I believe Jayson has the option to let Ron either break, and he's on 1, or take the break himself. And I can't see Jayson giving the break away. Hey, Jay. He's on one? All right, just confirm that Ron Casanzio is going to be on one and Jason's break. I always thought the rule was if you let your opponent break that foul, then he's on one and he's breaking. But if you take the break, I don't know. We're going to leave it just the way it is. Ron's on one and Jason's going to break. Anytime you ask Jayson, or you give him an option to break or let his opponent break, you can forget it, Jack. Don't even flip a coin. He's going to break. Got to take a good look at the rack. He likes it. Watch the 3-ball. Into the corner pocket. Perfect. Split the drawers. The 1 ball's dressed up, but the cue ball hits the points, and boy, oh boy, Jayson was like, please don't scratch. Put his hand up like a traffic cop. Well, if you're going to play the 2, he's going to have to play the window between the 6 and the 8. He's going to play, he's going to play it in the side pocket. Another option. Uh-oh. Might be forced to play the 4-9 or just play the safe. He's going to play the safe. I don't like that. I don't like leaving that 4 ball around the pocket like that. Now, leaving the 4 ball around that pocket is really, at this caliber of play, that can kick him right in. Ron, loving the game of 1 pocket. You know, he's seen this before. Just in from Snooky down in Providence. She says, too bad for George Rodriguez. Of course, she's rooting for George. But I got news for you. He's got nothing to be ashamed of. He came through a big field here of 79 players. Ron failed to hit the 4. Not only did you give Jayson the break now you're giving him ball in hand, and you're on 2, because Ron was on 1 from the initial break. So Ron's on 2, Jayson lets him know, and Ron smiles. Not that Jason's going to try to get him on 3, but if it happens to arise where Jayson gets out of line and has to, he's going to tell him again, you're on 2. That was a big game for Ron. Could have been 5-4 and him breaking. Now looks like it's going to be 6-3 and Jayson breaking. As he splits the pocket. Has a look on his face like, I got to shoot this? 6-3. Eagle eye. Talking about eagle eye, you can get your eyes tuned up right here. Get this light installed. This is LED lighting, 10 times brighter than a normal light and 10 times lighter than weight to hang. It's LED. It's light-systems.com. Jayson, sure, you see him with the red glove playing, don't you? That's the color of it right there. on that poster. You can get yours at MolinariGlove.com. Let's go to the break. Jayson Shore leads 6-3. He's playing the 6 ball into the bottom right-hand corner. And the 1 ball into the side. Neither one went, but something dropped the 7 went to the corner. The 1 ball's out front. I believe we're going to see a safety play. You got enough wall of balls at 2, 6, and 4 there. That kind of looks like a security blanket. And you might be able to just to cut the 1 behind the 9. Kind of really lock you up. But he's capable of making anything, so he plays the 1. And those are the points. Those points of that side pocket. And we've seen it numerous times, and I keep saying it. You hit those points, that will spit the ball out. From this angle, I really can't tell if Ron has that Sally in the alley shot, sort of say, where he can pocket this 1 ball. He's got enough vision of it. If he's thinking about it twice, I would have to say that it's close, if not. He's firing at it. It goes in the corner if he's firing at it. Actually, he had more than enough, but look at the shot on the 2. Got a bank to 2. Now, Ron plays from 1 pocket. I don't think he's banking this 2 into the corner. I think he's banking this 2 to the short rail and then send the cue ball down by the 9. He's now jumped up and notices the 3 ball, and he says, wait a minute, maybe I should bank this, but I don't think he's going to go for it. Yeah, well, he noticed the 3 ball because he was afraid to run into it. He's just opened up the table for Jayson now. That might have been the last straw. Wow, cue ball on a string. The reason we're coming all the way back that far so you can go naturally to the 4. Killed the cue ball to stay in front of the 6. Beautifully positioned on the 4 ball. Actually, maybe overdid it just a wee bit. Yeah, he sure did. Got to force it forward. No, he's just going to accept the back cut on the 5. He missed it. Did he miss it good enough? Again, Ron comes to the table with minimal ball to hit, the object ball. He can stick the cue ball there, though. He's got enough of the 5. If he can't make it, he can stick the cue ball on the 9 and bank the 5. Oh. Now, this is the 3rd time Jayson's up at the table. He's got to be angry at himself. Like, how am I still in the same game? He's got to come with it. And he does. A lot of people on the rail are like, how does he do it? Like, how did he just make that? Well, they've seen it quite often as Mike DeShane, the house pro here, can shoot him right in the pocket. He's just as equally talented on when it comes to long shots like that. And you know, cutting them in blind pockets, doesn't matter. I mean, both of them can do it. Jayson pockets that 9 ball and now expands his lead. 7-3. What did I do here? I'm not sure. Okay. All right, Jayson set the break. Again, the 6 ball using the cut break. 1 ball goes to the side and the 2 ball back up table. A little safety battle going on, but Jayson's left enough of the 1 ball for Ron to hit here. Not only hit it, Ron says, I got to start firing away. I got to hit him to win it. Well, that didn't get him anywhere. Actually got him a worse safe than what he was in. Feathers the 2 is going to leave Jayson straight in the hole, or at least a shot into the corner pocket. Jayson at 7, Ron at 3. Jayson on the table can get to 8 to the hill. Eight three, Jayson Shaw. And I mentioned this before the match got started. I don't know if you guys see it the way I see it here. I'm sure that you do. Jayson's just got this ball of confidence around him, like an aurora, and just almost to the point where, hey, I'm in here by myself in the dark. All the lights are out except for the light above the table, and I'm feeling good. Full ball jumped into the corner pocket. Yeah, Jayson wanted to get that one ball down below the 6. Played a pretty good kick. Unfortunately, the one hit the 6, leaving the one in the open. I don't think the one goes into the corner pocket past the 5. Ron took a good look at it, and he's playing safe, I believe. Yeah. Well, he didn't play safe. He tried to back cut the one in the corner, is what he did. And he's left the layout for Jayson right like it was ball in hand. Yeah, it's funny you should mention that, ambidextrous. Jayson and I were talking about that. We wish there were bigger tournaments and payouts like that. It would be nice. It really would be nice. All right, well, 8 ball in the corner, and I don't know if Jayson's going to elect to play the 9 on the side or not, or just try to play the 9 in the opposite corner pocket. We'll soon find out. Opposite corner pocket it is. And it looks like Jayson Shore is going to defeat Ron Casanzio. And Jayson Shore in the hot seat. Ron Costanzo is not out of the tournament. He's just going to move over to the B side. He's got some players to face. Other than that, we want to thank everybody for viewing. We got plenty of matches coming up. Once again, we're coming to you live from Snookers in Providence, Rhode Island. We'll be back, folks, in just a split sec.